bun char is a Vietnamese noodle salad recipe that usually has grilled pork or sometimes even has some fried little spring rolls as part of the salad. Rice noodles, some crunchy things, and then a really nice nok chum dressing to bring it all together. But today, we're flipping on its head because Mr. Chen's has so many different amazing, delicious dumplings that we're going to do a dumpling bun char. We're going to replace that grilled meat with this, in this case, a prawn and ginger dumpling. One of my favourite flavours of the Mr. Chen's dumplings. These guys are amazing. They've been making dumplings for 40 years, so you know they know what they're doing. They come frozen, in a pack, ready to go, so you don't have to worry about folding it, buying the mixture, any of that stuff, and they cook in about 8 minutes. So in the time that we can cook our dumplings, we're going to make this whole salad, so that's a dinner, ready in 10 minutes. You can't get it from any of those apps in that time, plus you can't make it as flavourful as that. So the first thing we're going to do is cook our dumplings. Pan on the heat. We're going to cook them pot sticker style. On the back of these packs, they have, well, these ones have 5 different ways to cook your dumplings, so your options are endless, but I like the pot sticker style, especially because we're going to replace the grilled meat in a classic bun char with a pan-fried pot sticker, and they'll get a bit charry and crispy on the bottom, so we're going to kind of reenact that grilled meat with dumpling wrapper. Sounds crazy, but it tastes even crazier. Crazy good. So, layer of oil in the base of our pan, and then we're just going to go in with enough of our dumplings to coat and cover the bottom of the pan. These ones are great because they have a nice flat spot to set them down on, so you get a really nice crispy bottom, which is perfect for this bun char bowl recipe. So when cooking dumplings pot sticker style or in a fry pan, you cook it in 2 parts. You fry the base till it gets nice and golden and a little bit crispy. So we're starting to get that there, but we want to go further. And then we hit it with some water and then steam it with a lid on to get the pastry nice and soft and silky and cook the filling through. So I just keep watching them. And you want to take your dumplings quite dark at this stage with the frying and the caramelisation, because when you add the liquid, they're going to sort of dilute a little bit. So you can go a fair bit of the way. Now, this is enough probably for 2 bowls or 1 bowl if I'm eating it, but you can do big batches in a bigger fry pan, make loads of them, and then do bun char bowls for lots of people. It's really easy. The great thing is the only real cooking step we've got is this. We just want to fry the dumplings so they get a good char and caramelisation on the bottom. Just like that, you can see a nice toasty wrapper. That's really good. Check them all. Yeah, beautiful. So now we grab our lid for our pan and a little jug of water or a cup of water. And you want to add enough water to go about 1/2 centimetre up the side of the pan. Like so. Step back because they're going to be a bit spitty. And now we're going to steam our dumplings. So I turn the heat down to low, and by the time all that water has evaporated and cooked off, our dumplings will be steamed through and ready to go. So it takes about 8 minutes. In that time, we're going to make our salad and our dressing for the salad, and that's where we'll start here. So we're going to make a classic Vietnamese dressing, a nok cham, which you can serve with spring rolls, with grilled meats, but also as a great dressing for your bun char. So to go into that, we start with some fish sauce. Now, this nok cham is very similar to nam jim, which is the Thai version of this dressing. It's a salty, sweet, sour and hot dressing, perfect with food of those cuisines. So the salty element we've got in our nok cham is our fish sauce. For our sour element, we're going to go 2 things. The first thing is some white vinegar, just the classic white vinegar out of the 2-litre jug. Now we're going to add some garlic in. Raw garlic, grated nice and fine. And then I've got some sugar here for the sweet, so caster sugar goes in. For the hot, 1 bird's eye chilli. You can use a milder chilli if you like, but for me, when you mix it all together, you need that little bit of heat to cut through everything and just brighten it up and make it more exciting. So I'm going chilli, I'm going seeds in, but again, if you want to make it a bit more mild, leave the seeds out. You can leave the chilli out, but I think you need a little bit of heat. And you want it nice and fine so you get it evenly distributed throughout the dressing. So chilli in. And then our second element to add some acidity is a lime. So we'll go in with some lime juice. So you can get that vinegar acidity as well as that fresh lime juicy acidity. And add a nice zing, which will cut through everything. I think we'll go with 1/2 for now, and we'll try it. And I'll just whisk this together, and you're just whisking it till everything's combined. So you break up the garlic and mix the sugar into that dressing. Now, I sometimes find nok cham can be really punchy, and if it is, oh, like it is now, you can dilute it with a little bit of water just to balance it out. But just a splash of water, not a lot. And I reckon, you know what? We're gonna go all the lime, so go in with the whole lime. Now it's got that nice zingy, fresh, juicy flavour as well as that sourness from the vinegar. And we also add some coriander. Now, you hear it a lot from us in this show because we love using coriander, but keep the leaves for garnish, and this bit here is where all the flavour is. So I'm gonna really finely slice our stem, just a nice little bits that can float in the top of our dressing as well. So you get that nice little green studding through the dressing. Dumplings are sounding very good. They've kind of gone from steaming to almost back to frying now, which is a very good sign. So we're gonna work a bit faster. So curry in there as well. One last little mix. And that's our nock charm done. So even if you're not making this recipe, remember that little quick dressing recipe, and it can really save you if you need a quick, easy dressing to go with, you know, a Vietnamese salad or a Vietnamese dish. Have that up your sleeve. Now, our noodle element of our dish, the bun, which is noodle in Vietnamese, we're gonna go with some cold vermicelli rice noodles. So if you think about Vietnam, quite a warm climate most of the time, especially in the cities where we eat this dish. It's quite a warm climate, so cold noodles are quite refreshing. That's why you got like a nice punchy hot dressing as well. When it's hot, you want that hot chili to refresh you, as you do with the noodles, nice cold noodles. And then we're gonna top them with a couple of things. So, some lettuce, and I'm just gonna cut my lettuce in half and just pick out some nice leaves to sit in the top here like this. I mentioned at the start, you get bun char with lots of different ingredients in Vietnam. I've had it in Vietnam before with pork, barbecue pork. You have it with spring rolls. You can have it with chicken. It's pretty classic, but as I said, we're gonna replace the classic protein with our protein, which is some dumplings cooked pot sticker style. Speaking of those dumplings, I can take the lid off. You can hear they're frying again, which is a really good sign that we're almost there. We've got nice, silky, soft wrapper and then crispy base. I'm gonna leave them just to go a little bit, even a little bit darker. In fact, I'm gonna flip them. You know what? Let's flip them and get some caramelization on both sides. Make it even crispier. These ginger prawn dumplings will go perfectly with our bright, zingy dressing and all the crispy, crunchy elements in our salad. Speaking of those, it's time to add the next one in. And I've got some cucumber for that. So I'm gonna cut it in half lengthways. And then I'm going to cut it in half lengthways again. We're just gonna kind of cut into chunks and little rough textured pieces so you get a bit of texture when you add your cucumber. And then just like the lettuce, you kind of drop it into a pile. So when you add all the ingredients, you kind of mix it all together with your chopsticks and you get a nice little mixed salad. Next to the cucumber, I've got some carrots, just little ribbons that I've shaved. Nice pile of carrot. You kind of want to go half your bowl taken up with your crunchy things and the other half should be dumplings, because dumplings. So, crispy bean shoots, again, go perfect. And then we don't need a lot of coriander because we've got some in our dressing, but a few coriander leaves just picked. We'll just tuck them in there behind the lettuce, like so. We're looking pretty good. We've got some chopped peanuts here, just sprinkle them on as well in a little pile. And then when you mix them into the dish, you get an extra texture, which is great. Dipping sauce is served on the side, so you can add that just before you mix everything together to keep all these fresh textures nice and fresh and crispy. So a little bowl of that, pour that in there. Liquid gold, that is. And then, you know what time it is. It's dumpling time. So we're gonna top it off with our crispy golden dumplings, and don't be shy. As I said, this is enough dumplings for one serve for me, but you know, if you weren't eating a Michael-sized dish, you could probably get 2 out of it. And yeah, load it up with lots of dumplings. You see the crispy, crunchy bits. As I said, this is the perfect replacement for your classic protein. The char on the bottom is gonna replace the char you would get from a bit of barbecue pork, and yeah, you know what? Because we're doing a Michael-sized serve, we are gonna go all the dumplings. Now, there you have it. 10, 15 minutes max, you've got a really fun, quite exotic dish with a really fun spin on the classic. We've done a bun char, but we're using Mr. Chen's ginger prawn dumplings cooked nice and crispy rather than that barbecue pork. So a beautiful replacement protein, a great dressing, and a really nice bowl of food. 15 minutes, you'd be mad not to cook that.